Superman, stylized as Superman, the movie, is a 1978 superhero film based on the DC Comics character of the same name. An international co-production between the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Panama and the United States. 3. It was supervised by Alexander and Ilya Salkind, produced by their partner Pierre Spengler and written by Mario Puzo from a story by Puzo, and is the first installment in the Superman film series. Directed by Richard Donner, the film features an ensemble cast including Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, Jeff East, Margot Kidder, Glenn Ford, Phyllis Thaxter, Jackie Cooper, Trevor Howard, Mark McClure, Terrence Stamp, Valerie Perrine, Ned Beatty, Jack O'Halloran, Maria Schell, and Sarah Douglas. It depicts the origin of Superman, Reeve, including his infancy as Kal-El of Krypton, son of Jor-El, Brando, and his youthful years in the rural town of Smallville. Disguised as reporter Clark Kent, he adopts a mild-mannered disposition in Metropolis and develops a romance with Lois Lane, Kidder, whilst battling the villainous Lex Luthor, Hackman. Ilya had the idea of a Superman film in 1973 and after a difficult process with DC Comics, the Salkinds and Spengler bought the rights to the character the following year. Several directors, most notably Guy Hamilton, and screenwriters, Mario Puzo, David, and Leslie Newman, and Robert Benton, were associated with the project before Richard Donner was hired to direct. Tom Mankiewicz was drafted in to rewrite the script and was given a creative consultant credit. It was decided to film both Superman and its sequel Superman 2, 1980, simultaneously, with principal photography beginning in March 1977 and ending in October 1978. Tensions arose between Donner and the producers, and a decision was made to stop filming the sequel, of which 75% had already been completed, and finish the first film. 7. The most expensive film made up to that point, with a budget of $55 million. 8. Superman was released in December 1978 to critical and financial success. Its worldwide box office earnings of $300 million made it the second highest grossing release of the year. It received praise for Reeve's performance and John Williams' musical score. 10. And was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Film Editing, Best Music, Original Score, and Best Sound, and received a Special Achievement Academy Award for Visual Effects. 11. Groundbreaking in its use of special effects and science fiction/fantasy storytelling, the film's legacy presaged the mainstream popularity of Hollywood's superhero film franchises. In 2017, Superman was selected for preservation by the Library of Congress's National Film Registry. On the planet Krypton, Jor-El of the Kryptonian High Council discovers that the planet will soon be destroyed when its red supergiant sun explodes. The other council members dismiss his claims. To save Kal-El, his infant son, Jor-El sends him in a spaceship to Earth, where his dense molecular structure will give him superhuman strength and other powers. Krypton, thereafter, is destroyed. The ship lands near Smallville, Kansas. Kal-El, now 3 Earth years old, is found by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who are astonished when he lifts their truck. They decide to raise him as their own, naming him Clark after Martha's maiden name. Jonathan tells the boy that he must have been sent to Earth for a reason. After Jonathan's death from a heart attack, 18-year-old Clark hears a psychic call and discovers a glowing green crystal in the remains of his spacecraft. It compels him to travel to the Arctic where he uses the crystal to construct a fortress of solitude, which resembles the architecture of Krypton. Inside, a hologram of Jor-El explains Clark's true origins, and after 12 years of educating him on his reason for being sent to Earth and his powers, he leaves the fortress wearing a blue and red suit with a red cape and the House of El family crest emblazoned on his chest. Becoming a reporter at the Daily Planet in Metropolis, Clark meets and develops a romantic attraction to co-worker Lois Lane. Lois is involved in a helicopter mishap. Clark publicly uses his powers for the first time to save her, astonishing the crowd gathered below. He then thwarts a jewel thief attempting to scale the solo building, captures robbers fleeing police and depositing their getaway cabin cruiser on Wall Street, rescues a girl's cat from a tree, and saves Air Force One after a lightning strike destroys an engine. The Caped Wonder, an instant celebrity, visits Lois at her penthouse apartment the next night and takes her for a flight, allowing her to interview him for an article in which she names him Superman. Meanwhile, criminal genius Lex Luthor learns of a joint U.S. Army and U.S. Navy nuclear missile test. He buys hundreds of acres of worthless desert land and reprograms the two missiles to detonate in the San Andreas Fault, with his assistant Otis accidentally programming the second missile coordinates incorrectly. Knowing Superman could stop his plan, Lex deduces that a recently discovered meteorite is from Krypton and is radioactive to Superman. After he and his accomplices Otis and Eve Teschmacher retrieve a piece of it, Luthor lures Superman to his underground lair and reveals his plan to cause everything west of the San Andreas Fault to sink into the Pacific Ocean, leaving Luthor's desert land as the new west coast of the United States. Luthor then exposes him to the meteor piece's mineral, kryptonite, which weakens Superman greatly as Luthor taunts him about the second missile which will detonate in Hackensack, New Jersey. Teschmacher is horrified that Luthor does not care that her mother lives in Hackensack. Luthor leaves Superman to die. Knowing he always keeps his word, Teschmacher helps Superman on the condition he will stop the eastbound missile first. After being freed, Superman diverts the eastbound missile into outer space, consequently preventing him from reaching the westbound missile before it explodes in the San Andreas Fault. Massive earthquakes erupt across California, damaging the Golden Gate Bridge and breaching the Hoover Dam. Superman mitigates the effects of the explosion by sealing the fault line. While Superman is busy saving others, Lois's car falls into a crevice from one of the aftershocks, trapping her as it fills with dirt and debris. She suffocates before Superman can reach her. Angered over failing to save her, Superman defies Jor-El's earlier warning not to manipulate human history, and instead heeds Jonathan's advice that he must be there for a reason. He accelerates around Earth, traveling several minutes backward in time to prevent Lois's death while also undoing the damage caused by the missile and earthquake. After saving the West Coast, Superman delivers Luthor and Otis to prison before flying into the sunrise.